right, our second game, we're going to go back to a classic. Well, I don't know if it's a classic yet. We've only done it one other time, but I hope it becomes one. And that would be Board Game Masterpiece Theater, hosted by yours truly. In this segment, we'll listen to an audio drama that takes place within a board game. It's a scene that could happen within a board game. And we're going to have our contestants try and guess which board game it is as quickly as possible. We're going to play the whole segment out. Each clip is about a minute or under. And what I'm going to have you guys do is just raise your hand as soon as you think you know what the game is, and then we'll go to people in the end and see what their answers are and award them points accordingly. So I think I'm going to start. These are all, I tried to make these more difficult than the last time, but I don't know if I succeeded. But we're going to try and do it from easy to hardest. So here we go. Here's the first one. Listen up.
What is all this constant racket? I can't believe the neighbors are so disrespectful. Calm down, Vlad. Calm down. You're going to kill yourself with all this stress, just like your uncle. You're right. I've got to simplify things. This contest, it's just so counter to normal life. Let's do something. Perhaps take a holiday by boat or a dinner out. We've got to get your mind off all this stress. You could even invite a little lady friend to join you. Thanks, old chum. You do know me best. What say we invite your personal chef along as well? Not a bad idea. And if we're out and about, this old house will devalue quicker anyway. Seems better than constantly throwing parties like the other neighbors across the road.
All right. Well, I guess I had you guys in suspense there for quite a while because only Daniel answered pretty quickly.
I wrote it down, too, just to prove it.
What do you got?
Well, okay, should I just say it, or should we start with... Okay,
Go
I
ahead
would say
and say
it was...
the first one, so you go.
It was the contest. It was, you said, I need to participate in this contest, and it's so outside of normal life. So it's definitely Last Will.
That is correct. It is Last Will.
Since when is Last Will Russian?
Okay, so the reason I was trying to throw people off the scent a little bit, first of
I
all.
was thinking about every Russian game I played.
It worked.
I think it sounded like Last Will, but Last Will's not Russian, so that can't be right.
You'll notice that
Here's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it sounded like. He's out there playing
Hunger.
vampires.
It was more of it trying to attempt to be an Eastern European accent, which is an homage to the fact that it was produced by Czech Games and Vlad. So that's why, and you notice I even mentioned the name Vlad in there too. So
Yeah, you did.
So I thought it was Last Will pretty early on, but I didn't raise my hand because I was like, wait, if it's Andy, he's not actually going to do Last Will. He's going to do Prodigals Club. So I was waiting to find out if there was another little key that keyed off for Prodigals Club opposed to Last Will specifically. So, but yeah, well.
Did you guys, the other two, have Last Will by the end there?
Yes, by the end. I was like, how is this? This sounds like he's doing the hunger, but I don't know. The game doesn't sound like the hunger, so.
Okay.
Yeah, well, as a reminder, last
you
time
can
we
be
did
helped by the
this.
fact no one's ever going to do hunger in a game show, so you can just eliminate that one.
That's true.
Well, I got for Tom's sake, you got to know the first time we did this, Andy started talking like a caveman, so we immediately knew it was Stone Age, and then he started talking about like a gangster, so we knew it was Godfather. So we told him this time, try not to just do the impersonation of the actual thing.
Well, he did it.
So he threw you for a loop, but we were in on it. So sorry for that. We had a little advantage there.
All right, here's the second one. This one might actually be even easier, but we'll see. Here goes.
You know, sometimes I think we're just so foolish for flying on these smaller charter flights. Some of the bigger airlines run so much smoother.
Oh, Alan, but they don't come with the perks. Think of all the points we're earning by flying all the way from Moscow to Madrid.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We should be completing our flight soon, and on behalf of our flight crew, I just wanted to thank you for flying White Wind Airlines.
Well, at least we're finally almost on the ground. I know it was an adventure, but I have to admit I'm a little jealous of my brother. He set out the trip and collected a huge payout just for not flying.
Oh, really? How much did he get?
$8 million.
That's like winning the lottery. What's he gonna do with it?
He says he's going to invest it in shares of other airlines. There, please close your tray table. Oh, and by the way, are you interested in our Air Abacus program? I can sign you up now for a chance at 16 points.
I have guesses, but I'm not confident.
What?
Well, I think Chris's hand went up first.
He eked me out. Yes.
So I put
very-
it up initially thinking it was Pan Am, but by the end I knew the answer. Is Airlines Europe? Isn't that the name of the game?
That is correct. That is-
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
That's
thought
how
it
you
was
can
Pan
do
Am.
it. You can just raise your hand and then hope you know by the end.
And
Yeah.
again,
That's how this game works.
and yes, we actually talked about this, and I'm actually 100% okay with taking the L there and moving on, because I initially put it up thinking it was Pan Am, but then later he talked about the $6 million, and I was like, or $8 million.
Yeah, that's what threw me.
Yeah. Well, that was actually the
You know,
key.
Airlines Europe was not published by White Wind.
No, but that is one of the airlines. The one that the one that flies from Moscow to Madrid is White Wind Airlines. Very, very obscure fact in there. Rio Grande, right?
Yeah, White Wind was Alan Moon's first publishing company that he created on his own.
Oh, so that was a little Easter
That's why
egg
he
in the
put it
game
in there
then.
as soon as he said White Wind and Alan, I was like, oh, so he's not doing the accents, but he is saying the name of the designer and publisher if he can help it. Got it.
Little
They're
Easter
very
eggs.
tricky.
Little Easter eggs.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
okay with just taking an L there and not getting a point.
Well, and I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes, Tom. You're saying, so you just raise your hand, and then if you know it by the end, you're good. We played this game by having a whiteboard, and you were supposed to write down the answer. But John thought asking you to bring a whiteboard was too complicated.
We don't want to
So-
overburden our guests, Tom. You might storm off the
I don't-
set. I don't know.
I only own about 15 of them. All right, let's go ahead.
All right, here's the final one. Let's see what we can come up with here.
And that concludes our auction. Thank you all again for coming, and be sure to join us again in a few months for the next one. Well, better luck next time, Richard. Hard to beat out me and my twin brother when it comes to bidding on the best plots of land. Not to worry, though. You're always welcome to visit our farm anytime to get what you need.
Thanks a lot, Sebastian. You've always been welcoming despite our differences. But it's not you and your brother that worry me. To be honest, I'm more concerned about the way the auctioneer has been showing favoritism to certain members of our society lately.
Favoritism?
Yes, surely you have noticed the green privilege and how it runs rampant at our seasonal gatherings.
Ah, now that you mention it, I have noticed that. It seems more and more of the Green tribe are showing up throughout every corner of the land. But perhaps you can recruit some to work on your farm. I do commend you for having a diverse crew of folks from the red, blue, and yellow tribes working your land.
Great idea. Well, I had best be going. Fall is coming, and I need to move goods across the land to prepare for winter. By the way, I love that boat you added to your property recently.
Wow. That was tough, Andy. I don't think I got it right, but I'll tell you what I thought. I thought high society.
You are wrong.
Yeah.
You are wrong.
I think I know what it is, but I'm going to be honest and say that was my first guess. I'm going with it.
Very good. John, what did you have?
There we go. Is it Keyflower by any chance?
It is Keyflower.
Thank
Yes.
you.
It is Keyflower.
Wow, I didn't get that. My second guess was going to be 5 tribes. I thought, but I was
really?
like, well, you do auction people in 5 tribes.
Well, if you remember in Keyflower, the green meeples don't come until later, and they're hard to beat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's green privilege came in, and I did mention again the designers as well. So
Yes, you did.
What was your thought there, Tom? I could see you had a reaction early on, and so
Well, I was laughing at first. I thought it was High Society too, but then he said the names Richard Brees and Sebastian Bleasdale,
yes,
and so then I couldn't figure out what the game was that they had done together. Then he started talking about 5 tribes, and I realized he's not talking about 5 tribes, but talking about Keyflower, which has some of the nicest looking components of any game called Keyflower.
Yes, it does.
absolutely.
I'm always trying to struggle to explain Keyflower to people. I'm like, you can bid on this, but in one of the colors, because that's just like life.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you.
It's
So
a
what,
hard
I got
game
to ask.
to teach.
Yeah, Keyflowers is like one of my favorites. So what's your thought on quickly? What's your thought on Keyflower? Do you guys like it or do
I
you
like it fine. I haven't
Okay.
played it in probably 5 years and all. I like Richard Brees's games and everything, but
Yeah.
that one, it's just a tough one to teach thematic wise. It doesn't look great, and so that's all. It's not that it's bad. It's a good game. I just haven't played it in a while.
So John talked about being the old man here. So he's the old man on his birth certificate. I'm the old man in mind, as you found out earlier by talking about how I don't like new games, which is largely true and also a joke. But Like, so I actually enjoy old art, and I love wooden pieces, and I'm all about cube. I don't even need meeples. Cubes work for me. I'm happy with it. But my problem with Keyflowers is I keep saying it's like a logistical nightmare because you have to like put them around in the orientation of where you're sitting and stuff, and it's just a mess. So
Now imagine if you were colorblind.
oh my gosh, our producer is Randy.
Yes,
And you just
we
got
have
a
a
bunch
lot
of
of fun
points
with
for talking about colorblind people.
Yeah, he just got extra points. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you think of our board game masterpiece theater? Were you able to guess these games before these clowns? If you were, go ahead and shoot us a message in the comment section, and we always appreciate likes and subscribes. And we're gonna continue the show here right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Thank you for watching this clip from Around the Board. If you'd like to watch the full episode, please click on the link down below. Around the Board is essentially a game show featuring 4 board game enthusiasts that discuss board game topics and news in a competitive format. Whoever wins gets to talk about whatever he wants at the end of the show. So please join us, won't you, around the board.